in February, we decided to make a project that could be seasonal, and I wanted it to be something that he could help me with. So we started by making this, and it is interchangeable, so we can pull off, it has command strips on the back, we can pull off the heart and change it to whatever theme it is for that month. So in this video, we decided to do one that's more spring themed, and we'll see how it turns out. We began by finding a pattern for an egg online, and we printed that out. We made sure we got it to the size we wanted, which was around 8 by 11, and we just cut it out with scissors and then traced it onto the workpiece. Now, the workpiece we're using is 1/2 inch thick PVC board. I wanted to pick something that wasn't wood, primarily because we're going to hydro dip this, so you're going to dip it in a bucket of water with paint, and I really didn't want to deal with the water and the wood and you can get some swelling, and so I thought, let's get something that's waterproof, and I had some PVC board laying around, so that's what we used. Next, we got a handheld jigsaw out, and we clamped the piece to the table and just started cutting the outline that he traced out onto the board. Now you just got to be careful with where your hands are, and I had to remind him a few times during this, just keep your hands back, and because you got to remember that blade is underneath the workpiece and you can't see it there, so you don't want to be tempted to stick your hand underneath there. So we kept doing that, and we would adjust the clamps and the workpiece as we went around, and got it all cut out. Now, when it got cut out, it was a little bit rough and was needing sanding, so that's where we're going next. So now we move over to the disc sander, and the key to using this on a round edge is, one, you want to work on the left side of the sander. You have a complete circular disc, but on the right side of that sander, it's lifting up, so it's spinning in a counterclockwise direction. If you work on the right side, it'll cause the workpiece to jump off the table because it's constantly lifting up. If you work on the left side of that circle, it'll help push the workpiece down on the table. So the key to using this is to work on the left side and always keep it moving. If you stop, you're going to create a flat spot. So you just want to keep it moving and just keep going until you feel that it looks nice and smooth on the curves and that you don't see flat spots or weird spots where you started and stopped cutting. Now for the hydro dipping, all we did was take a bucket of water and we sprayed spray paint into it, and we picked the colors that we wanted. We had some blues and greens, yellow, pink, and we put a screw in the back side of the egg just as something to hold on to. And I was looking for some string, and I was just going to tie it around that screw, and we were just going to dip it down in like that. I couldn't find our string, so he just put a glove on his hand, and we just dipped it down in and pulled it back out. And what ends up happening is the paint just sticks to the surface that it hits. So because he went in like face down on the piece, it just all clung right to the surface that we wanted, and you'll see it turned out pretty cool. And so he didn't love how much green there was in the first layer of paint that we did. So what we did was we just set it on the workbench and let it dry. And after it was completely dry, we went back to the bucket, added some more paint, and didn't put any green in. He just put some pink and some yellow and some blue. And he took it back and re-dipped it to try to get a little bit more variety of the color, and you can see it just sticks right to the surface. It's a really cool process. I definitely suggest trying it out sometime and seeing how it works for you. Next, we removed the screw that we had on the back, and then I got some command strips out, and these are the Velcro style, and I peeled the backs off of them and placed the Velcro side down on the existing command strips on the back of the picture frame. And then I just simply placed the egg over the area where I thought it looked like it would be correct, so it was centered, and just pressed the egg into place so those command strips would adhere to the back of that egg. In case you missed the video where we made this frame and put the heart on the background, there's a link to it here on the screen so you can go back and watch it. So here's the final result. Turned out really well. It's easy to do. Got to show you a new technique of hydro dipping. It took a couple dips to get it how we wanted it to look, but I think it turned out really cool, and it kind of makes you think of how you would dip an Easter egg when you do color eggs. So thought it was a good idea, and we'll get another one done pretty soon. It'll probably be for May. Most likely will have to do with flowers, but we'll see what we come up with. Thanks for watching.